Now this model review is of the 1968 Volkswagen Beetle, and this is by Revell. It's a 1/24 scale model, and this is the older Beetle. 125 pieces, so it's a fair level of detail. There are the paints needed, and we see pictures of the finished product. Let's have a look inside. So it looks like this kit has already been opened. Let's have a look at the main body. This is a lot of detail here, and it's very well molded. I don't see much in the way of flashing or mold lines. There's some mold lines there. It's going to be easy to be sanded, and some flashing. Over here we have our chassis, which has got a fair level of detail. We have our engine, so that'll be visible when you open the back. And then we have some parts of the exhaust, our fenders, looks like some parts of the wheels. Over here we have our seats, the bench seat for the back. This is the roof, our hood, steering wheel. This is the back, the engine cover. Over here we have the inside of the cockpit. The seats will go here, and some additional engine parts, suspension, all very well molded. There's a few areas of flashing, not too many. Here's our dashboard. Now you can do a left-hand drive or a right-hand drive depending on which version of the model you wanted to make. Here's the inside of the doors, steering wheel, and some additional parts. Here's our glass, and that looks to be fairly well molded, nice and clear. Here are our lights and side glass. There's a fair amount of chrome. These are nicely molded, but I really don't like this chrome. We have the rails of the runners on the side of the door. We have our VW sign, and our headlights, bumpers. Let's have a look here at the wheels. Nice skinny wheels. Here are the decals. Looks like these are for the inside of the wheels. These are very nicely printed. Looks like two of the parts have already been taken off or fallen off. Some engine parts here. So on the whole, fair level of detail. Let's have a look at the instructions. So here are the colors needed. And it looks like we start off with the engine, and once we build the engine, we then move on to the exhausts, put that into the actual, onto the chassis, and the rear suspension with axle, front suspension goes on. Here is a fair level of detail on this model. Fenders go on, the front wheel covers, and the wheels go in. We put on our pedal box depending if you're doing left or right hand drive. Put together the cockpit and the dashboard, the seats, and there's the rest of the dashboard, putting on the inside of the doors. Putting on the inside of the roof, and then the hinged back and front, and then put the whole body together. The rest of the exhaust is going to go on, as well as these runners, and then the glass, windshield wipers and bumpers. We also have to put on our antenna as well as our side mirror. Painting instructions with the few decals that you have. Now I actually ended up buying extra decals, and I'm going to make this into a Herbie. So these decals will go on to make it number 53, the Herbie. And I bought those online separately. And these are actually vinyl decals.